lately, for the past couple of weeks, there was like a war against First Amendment speech. What's your idea on that?
Well, I hate to say this, but I'm not surprised. In 2018, I was giving a lecture. In fact, I gave a lecture at my alma mater, the University of Hawaii, West Oahu. And it was during Constitution Day festivities.
Okay.
And if people aren't aware of that, Constitution Day is a day that's mandated. It's not a holiday that you get off, but it's a day mandated, I believe, by Congress, certainly by the federal government, to celebrate the Constitution. The irony is it's not well known.
Oh,
It really isn't. So I think for institutions, if I have this correctly, and if I have it wrong, people can correct it in the comments, I'm sure, let me know.
I'm sure they will.
You
Yes.
guys know. But I believe that you have to put up a display. If you get federal funding, you have to put up a display about the Constitution, or you have to have a speaker. It's either one of those two. And so I returned to my alma mater during the Constitution Day festivities. And I was, I think, technically the Constitution Day speaker. And I believe that was in 2018. So I gave a lecture entitled Free Speech and Fake News, the Crisis of Journalism in the 21st Century. And I believe I was sponsored by like the Legal Society or the Legal Club there, because when you go and speak on a college campus, you have to be sponsored by some on-campus entity. I think that's generally the case with colleges and universities. And in light of what's happening with free speech nowadays, and I noted this on social media recently, on Facebook, I don't believe I really don't believe that I could give that lecture now.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think you could either.
They will cancel you.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like, it was like a barn burner or, agitprop. It wasn't anything, electric or eclectic or really controversial. But I don't really believe that I could give that lecture. In fact, I've come up with a new lecture entitled a kind of follow-up in light of the recent events, entitled Free Speech and Fake News, the Crisis of the broadcast industry in the 21st century.
Yeah.
And I'd like to give that lecture on a college campus now. So, but I don't think that's going to happen because the colleges and universities have been targeted.
They have. Yes.
And that's why I won't go back to my alma mater to give any lecture again.
It's kind of sad though.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to target my college. It's a public college. It's a public part of the University of Hawaii system. I do not want to hurt my alma mater in any way, shape, or form. So I don't want that on my conscience that I would give a lecture and there would be reprisals from the federal government.
Yeah. No.
I don't want that.
So
I'm not going back to I'll go back for anything else, but I will not go back and give a lecture at my alma mater.
So do you think,
in light of what happened recently.
do you think 4 years from now you can go back and give that lecture?
Well, I gave it back in 2018, right?
Yeah.
And I have a new lecture, Free Speech and Fake News, the Crisis of Broadcast Media in the 21st Century. And I'll put this out right now. I don't know if anyone is going to watch or anyone will react. I invite any college, any university across the country to have me as a speaker for this brand new lecture that I'd be glad to give. in light of what's happened to people like Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
And by the way, if Jimmy Kimmel ever returns on the air, I know I'm not a celebrity. I know I'm not a Hollywood star. I know I'm not an author. I'm just a retired freelance journalist, and I'm just a writer who writes about film. But I'd be glad to be a guest on his show in light of what's happened to him. I'd be very glad to be a guest on his show. And again, I'm not anybody. I'm just a working stiff writer, but
Do you
and a
think?
retired journalist. And so I'll put that challenge out for any college or university across the country to sponsor me for this brand new lecture, a follow-up to my old lecture, which I gave at my alma mater. So I'll put that out there. Harvard might be interested. They'd take a chance. I think Harvard would take a chance. Stanford might, but I don't know. But I'll put the challenge out there. Again, my new lecture is Free Speech and Fake News: The Crisis of Broadcast Media in the 21st Century. So I'll put that out there, but I think times have changed. In my lecture, I saw the erosion of not only the news media, certainly the news media as I knew it, being a print reporter and print journalist, but the broadcast media, television, and maybe radio and other broadcast outlets. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either.
I'm not surprised about what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. And I'm no fan of the FCC.
Yeah.
I won't say too much more about that. I never have. I've never liked the FCC. But yeah, I decided to put that out there. I'm not surprised. I kind of warned about, maybe not specifically what's happening now, but in a roundabout way, I warned about the erosion of free speech, erosion through news, the erosion of reporting, the impact of reporting, the kind of watered down, mealy-mouthed, milquetoast kind of not only news you're getting now, but the kind of hyperbolic, over-the-top, unrestrained agitprop passing for news that you also get now. So, especially the kind of news where someone on a major network can go and say that the houseless in this country should be basically terminated and get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have someone on a major news network saying that.
That's hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
Is this individual canceled?
Yeah.
Is this individual lost his job? Has this individual suffered any reprisals for actually wanting people without homes, people who are homeless in houses, to die?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got a question for you.
This is the country we live in now,
Yeah.
where someone can get away with hoping that people die and it's acceptable. But somebody makes a mild joke like Jimmy Kimmel did, and all of a sudden his show is full.
No.
Think about it, folks.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, it's beyond time to think.
Yeah. Yeah.
The time for thinking was in the past.
Yeah. No.
And like I said, when I gave my lecture back in 2018, that was when it was time to think about it. Now, the actions are being taken.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Definitely. So do you think that in 4 years this is going to continue, or do you think it'll change again?
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Again, that's why, I speak of the past. I don't see too much about the present
Yeah.
or the future, because I can get away with talking about the past.
Yeah.
Looks like you can't get away with talking about the present.
No, you can't.
No.
You can't.
At least for a lot of people right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I can say is I'm so glad I'm retired.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So glad.
I'm sure.
retired.
I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
All I have to say is, you can't get me.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. You can get me. You can destroy my life if you want, because I'm not talking. I write about films now, and I write about movies, and I even deal in sports to a certain extent, because I'm doing a sports show after this. Got an interview on a sports show, which I'm doing. Not right after this, but the next day.
Yeah.
So I don't deal in, civic and political commentary and all that stuff. So I don't deal in that stuff. I'm just dealing with movies, and I'm dealing with sports.
Yeah.
But again,
So,
I'm so glad I'm retired.
yeah. Yeah.